Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and some new goodies here. We've covered some Chicago Way stuff here over the last year or so from Great Escape Games. Basically their 1920s, 30s era skirmish game, basically using the same rule set as Dead Man's Hand, which of course we've got a lot of coverage for. So they came out and announced with this new sort of two-player starter for Chicago Way, so it's nice to see it getting some love, called Flat Caps and Truncheons, so focusing more on England here. And obviously we can see from the cover right away, right, we're getting the Peaky Blinders, which we've done a video on before, and a new faction, which would be the British Coppers. So we take a look at what we're getting in the back here, and it's nice again to see this getting some attention as well. Obviously a underplayed era as far as gaming goes, so there's a lot of cool stuff that we can do there. So inside we get basically the Peaky Blinders starter set, the Coppers, the new guys here, which again adds yet another faction to the game. Not nearly as many as Dead Man's Hand, of course, but it is nice to just see the game grow a little bit. So specifically, we get the miniatures, the rules, markers, dice, cards, and then Birmingham News, which will have our army lists for these guys. So all kinds of goodies here. So kind of just showing you guys and panning here a lot of the stuff that you can expect in here. So definitely a nice set, and kind of a, I can't remember if she is unique to the box set or if they have that available separately. So in either case, we'll get this opened up here for you guys in just a second and show you everything you can expect if you want to get into the Chicago Way, but in England, essentially. So we'll be right back and we'll get this opened up. Alrighty guys, we have everything opened up here for you, so we're going to jump in. And for such a small box, they really have juiced this up pretty good with a lot of things. So we get our poster for Chicago Way here, which is pretty cool. So it kind of has the original cover on here from the original box set, and then the back has a nice map of Chicago. Here would have been an interesting touch if they had updated this for this box set and kind of like done a map of London or Birmingham, or it's just something to tie this more in to this part of the game, right? This different setting. We get our dice, of course. Nice simple mechanical system here too. So basically use a d20 and a d10. That's it. You need 2 dice for the game, really. Although a couple situations you might want some more with some of the submachine guns and stuff that they have in here now. But again, easy include, good stuff here. So got that. Then just getting some basic stuff out of the way. We get our plastic sprues, plenty of that to cover everything for the game. We get our deck of cards. Again, we're not going to cover that one in this. Kind of already previously covered that with when we got into this originally. But the way the game works is you have each faction plays off of a suit. The common cards are the same, or the number cards are the same. Face cards are unique per faction. Works for initiative and also for being able to play abilities on the card. So good stuff there. We do get some new things here, though, for our 2 new factions, so those will be worth keeping. So get a card for Molly Suffolk, so can be hired by anybody. Comes with a free pistol. Basically, more or less can't be interacted with until she starts to do something that would put her in danger, as in like actually shooting or fighting herself. Although she could get drawn into close combat, but it is nice to have sort of a scenario character, essentially. We get our sheet of pretty thick here tokens to punch out for the game. So movement, number of damage you've taken, if you're out of ammo, and a little range ruler. Basically each action you guys can move 4 inches on that. So pretty good stuff here. So really chunky. Good job on that. They always love including different bookmarks. So I guess if you are a reader or just want to bookmark something in the rulebook, pretty cool stuff to include there. We get the rule book, which again is nice. Nothing too thick here, fitting a skirmish game. So we've kind of looked at that already, but it's nice to have that. And again, even though there's so many factions in the game, not nearly as many as Dead Man's Hand, but I think we're pushing like 7 or 8 or something now for this. It's nice just to keep it in a relatively compact rule book. Then we get the Birmingham News, which is a little like 4-page folder thing here, fold out. Has the coppers, which again we'll cover in a separate video as far as a faction review for the game. They got some interesting things going on. And again, right from basically Peaky Blinders, the show. Speaking of those boys, again, we've covered them previously, but again, it's nice that we get rules in here. We'll have to see if there's any updates, but they have a fair few things going on, including rocking the Lewis gun, which is bonkers that we get a World War One machine gun. And then neat little thing, sort of like a mini campaign here, which is pretty cool. And again, they tie their scenarios here into almost like movie scenes or TV scenes. So, but we get, I think, 3 scenarios all together for that. So pretty thematic stuff there. And then last, we'll take a quick peek at the miniatures, just to show you guys what you get as far as that goes. Alrighty, guys, so here's just a quick look at the coppers. Again, a fair bit of flash and some mold lines that we can see, but other than that, pretty good looking stuff. All the little bits and pieces of the uniforms are there. Thankfully, that's just flash and not the barrels being busted. That is one thing that happens a lot, unfortunately. At least we hope that's not part of the barrel. Do get Molly Suffolk here, so again, good detail on the fur as far as the sculpting goes here. Then again, more of the coppers. So the default start for a faction here is always 7. Be interesting to see if these guys get kind of the expansion blister that they've been doing for the game so far, just to add some more variety in weapons. Oof, this one did take some damage, so we're going to have to salvage that pistol barrel. So that is unfortunate. It tends to happen a lot, unfortunately, with a lot of the barrels. With the way that they're packing them, they're really not throwing any like cushioning individually in here. They're just kind of throwing them in like a bubble baggie. So that is the one critique of, especially for these metals, how they tend to just throw them all in there together. So you can get some stuff in some questionable states of repair here. So we'll be able to fix that, I think. I just hope that the pistol barrel doesn't just break off when we do that. But we'll take a quick look at the Peaky Blinders part of the box next. Alrighty, guys, and just to wrap things up here for the Peaky Blinders, again, we've had a separate unboxing on them before, but just a quick pan through. So we get Tommy Shelby in here, Arthur, there's that aforementioned Lewis gun, just an absolute monster of a cannon here, especially when a lot of the other people are just rocking pistols. So good stuff there. I think there's an expansion blister for these guys, though, that adds a couple more figures. So might have to pick that up at some point. Probably just wait until the coppers have something as well. But yeah, so nice. Again, just out of the box here. Again, they play a lot of different scenarios for this, where you're it's not just about just hey, we're gonna just shoot the other squad down and kind of see who's left standing. Excuse me, but it's you get the custom scenarios in here. You get some of the generic scenarios that the book offers. But again, you could also just set up some battles and just kind of play heads up and see, what works best as far as what gear you choose to outkit your forces with, and kind of go from there. But yeah, Peaky Blinders definitely brings some firepower. We got some submachine guns, a light machine gun, amongst other things. So firepower wise, I don't think there's really too many other factions that stand up, although most of the other factions do get an expansion blister with the BAR, so that certainly helps level the playing field if we're just going as far as shooting is concerned. So, but nonetheless, yeah, we get quite a bit here in this starter. So if we want to bring the other guys back kind of into the frame here, right, we'll put her separately. So we get 2 7-man starters plus Molly Suffolk. So again, for some scenarios. Interesting, again, just sort of an extra character to have for the game. So all in all, Great Escape Games has done a fantastic job. Nice, easy way to get into this game. Both this and Dead Man's Hand, super fun, same essential rule system, and very well supported, and good to see that the game is growing and still continuing to get some support. Definitely a fun, underplayed era again, really like 1920s Prohibition era. Doesn't really get much gameplay, so nice to be able to just jump in with a skirmish game, pick this up with a buddy, and you've got all kinds of cool gaming. So let us know, guys, if you've picked up Flat Caps and Truncheons, or if you just already into Chicago Way, and what you play for that. We'll have some more coverage here coming up very soon, and hopefully some actual battles for you as well. We're just basically getting through some faction painting. So, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you this one just as a heads up as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Be sure to hit us up in the comments, like and subscribe, and we'll have more for you soon.